what you just said there as well. I was just listening to a podcast today that was released last night, and it was with one of the US presidential candidates, and I was just interested in listening to it. And he was saying a similar thing of when you look at the news and you look on social media, there's this narrative of everyone's divided, and it looks as though everyone's divided. And then he said, but when you go out on the street and you speak to people and you experience these things with people, there's actually, there isn't as much division as what's uniting us and what's bringing us together. And you could have a conversation with basically anyone and you could come away so enriched by it. And I was touched by that.
Yes, I think the same thing could be said about young people leaving the church. They leave so loudly. They leave so publicly. I don't know that there's really that many more people leaving the church today than have left the church in any era of history. Kirtland, Ohio, the overpopulation issues of the 70s, the ERA issues of the 80s, the Mark Hoffman forgeries. I mean, there's always been something that has given people an excuse to leave. But what's happening now is that they're leaving so publicly on social media that then it seems like everyone is leaving. But what we don't see is the quiet people who aren't posting on social media about their faith and about the fact that they would never leave because they're afraid of what people might say or what people might comment. And so we see the very loud exit, but we're not seeing the very quiet coming back. That's what I see when I'm out talking to them. I see the young people who are coming back. I was at an institute in West Salt Lake, and the young man who was taking me to the different classrooms where I was making an announcement to try to recruit FSY counselors, he was walking me from room to room, helping me get around the building. And I said, tell me about your experience in the church. He said, well, I left the church. He said, I left the church a little while ago. And I said, why? He says, oh, because it seemed popular on TikTok. It seemed popular on social media. So I just kind of joined the crowd and left the church and made a big deal about it on social media. And he says, then it wasn't too long before I realized I'd made the biggest mistake of my life. And now I'm making my way back. And I said, have you posted that on social media? And he said, no. He said, I haven't. And I said, well, maybe you should. I thought, isn't it interesting that young people don't hesitate for a minute to post about their faithlessness, but they are terrified in today's climate to post about their faith. And perhaps that's a place we can start.
I want from that people watching this to know that I was feeling very vulnerable about starting this podcast because I thought I have a lot of friends that I've sort of met during school and college and people I work with, and what would they think of me? And how would they take to me posting constantly, watch my episode this week. And I want people watching to know that I've had nothing but the most incredible conversations with people since and reactions. I don't think I've had a single... You get random bots on YouTube that will sometimes comment something like, oh, this was wrong or something. But from people that I know and love and most people that I haven't met, I've had some of the most incredible reactions. And you have to do it though. You have to put yourself in the vulnerable situation, but you'll find amazing things back. And